Hey everyone, Mike here in the BFH garage. I've been on the hunt for a phone mount for a long time. I need one for my Gladiator and I also need one for my TJ over there. I'm looking for something that is extremely sturdy that's going to hold my phone, not let it fall off, yet is still easily accessible. Most of the mounts out on the market are either too bulky, awkward, or they shake all over the place, and I don't want that. I want something that's going to be solid. So looking online, I found one that seems like it's going to fit that bill. So I'm going to install that today and give a good, honest review. As you guys are aware, I'm not sponsored by anybody. I bought all this with my own money, and that's going to allow me to give it a good, honest, unbiased review. So the phone mount system that I decided to go with is going to be the Bulletpoint mounting solutions. And for my Gladiator here, I chose to go with the single arm. Now, I'm telling you what, Bulletpoint, when you go to their website, they have an entire system that will more than likely work with whatever your needs are going to be. I mean, it's pretty in depth. Looks really promising. It gives me some options outside of what I think I'm going to normally do if I need to mount some cameras or phones or whatever the case may be. But for this review, I'm going to install that single point, single arm mount in my Gladiator. So the system that they have here is really simple yet very effective. At least we're going to find out if it is or not. But it comes with this little mount right here. This goes up in the dashboard of the Gladiator. You get this carbon fiber mounting arm. You get the magnetic portion, and that's what I chose to go with. They have one that pinches the phone. I decided to go magnetic with my phone because it's easier to just pull on and off as I need. And then you get these little ball mounts that tighten down, which allow you to put the angle of your arm wherever you want it. Really simple design, should be pretty effective. Let's go inside, see how this thing mounts and how we're going to be able to use it. Now it's time for the install, and it is stupid simple to do. Simply pull out your little tray that goes up here in your dash, and then you're going to remove a single Phillips screw. And when you get that out of the way, what you want to do is you want to take like a rubbing alcohol with a wipe or maybe even some acetone. You want to clean the surface of where this mount's going to go really well, because on the back side of the mount, there is an adhesive, and that's going to help hold it in place. The screw mounts through the mount, it secures it to the dash, but they went the extra mile, put that adhesive on there to make sure this thing doesn't move at all. So let's get this thing installed. And when you do this, instead of pushing down on the adhesive and getting it to stick right away, you want to line up the hole, and then you're going to start this Phillips screw to make sure you are in the right location. The worst thing you want to do is push that adhesive down, get it stuck pretty good, and realize the screw hole is off. But it fits in there pretty darn easy, and it just secures really easy. So once this thing gets in there, it secures, and it's going to push down on the mount and secure it to the dash. That thing is pretty darn solid now. Now again, as I stated earlier, this is just for a single arm over here. Their system allows for an entire grid system that will take up this entire top side of your dash here, and allows you to mount multiple things. You can put another phone over here if you want for somebody else, or a phone mount. In the center, you could put a GoPro if you want to run your GoPro in that first person view. Ton of options. So again, I'm keeping it simple here. I'm going to give myself a single arm. That's all I really need for now, at least I think I do. And we're going to go from there. And I also wanted to start off relatively simple so I could see how well this system works. I don't want to dump a bunch of money into something that I can't verify that it works first. So anyway, this mount seems like it's pretty darn solid right there. Next up, we're going to take the mounting system and start making all these connections. So the way you do this, it's really simple. You take the arm, you insert it into the back side of the mount, you're going to slide it over the ball stud here, and then you are going to take the thumb screw and you're going to tighten it until it becomes firm for the mount. So I'm going to leave that right there. I can still move it. It's not fully tightened, but what I need to do now is get the other side of the mount on. Now, as I told you before, I'm going with a magnetic holder, which means in my phone, there's a little rectangular piece of metal that will stick to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by getting my ball inserted on this side first. Then I'm going to come up to the mount. I'm going to open it up just enough to get that over. We're going to tighten this back up just till it gets snug. And then once it's there, what I'm going to do is I can adjust everything where I need it. So I can loosen it up a little bit. I can move it to wherever I want it. This part of the mount here can go up, it can go down. You can turn this sideways and turn it this way or that way. So the positioning you want is going to be achievable because everything rotates and you can make it go in any which direction that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snug this down where I want it. I'm going to take my phone, mount it on there, and it's going to give me a good feel for what it is, what's going to be the appropriate positioning for me. So the last thing you need to do is decide whether you're going to keep this and use it with the system. If you do, it's pretty simple. You make a cut right across there, it drops down in there, and it still acts like it did before. If you get their entire grid system there, you won't reuse this, and you can store it to reinstall it if you go to sell your Jeep at a later date. Now, the thing I like about the Bulletpoint Mounting Solutions mount, went to their website, and there are all sorts of accessories for this thing. It is just a really well thought out system. One of the things after mounting my phone here that I think I want to do is they make another short connector, a ball connector here, and then you get another arm that drops it down. What that would allow me to do is take my phone mount from a height right about here, and that's because I have the camera on the back side of the phone, and it allows me to drop that phone down into here so it's completely out of my view. Currently haven't used this. I can look and see right over the hood. It's not in my way, but some people may see it differently. I'm pretty tall, so I can look over the top. If you're shorter, it might be in your way. One of those options, or one of those solutions, I should say, is getting that double ball adjustment and a little drop arm, and that will solve that. Now, the thing I like about this too is it is firm on the dash there. You'll see other ones where you have to push it through the vent, and that's the only way it works. The downside with that is if you have your heat on in the middle of winter, you're going to overheat your phone because that air is going to blow right on it. Here, I can turn it down, stays off my phone, and if it does begin to get too much, I can just shut the vent altogether, and it's not going to affect that phone at all. Another option is you can loosen this, and you can move your phone completely over here out of the way. But then again, that kind of blocks that. So you're going to have to find what works for you. I know it's going to work for me. So far, I'm impressed. The only thing I have left to do now is go for a drive, see how this thing holds, see how it comes on and off this magnet, and then I'll be able to give you a better review on that. So let's go for a test drive. All right, now that I'm out driving around, I can look at it. It's staying put, it's not moving, it's not falling off the mountain. That's with that really little simple magnet holder that I can put on my phone. You could opt to use the sticky backing and put it on the outside of your case. I opted to go on the inside of my case and just set it there because I wanted to see if that'd be enough to hold it or not. I think if I got on a really bouncy trail, it might fall off from that, but driving around here, using it like this, it's holding no problem whatsoever. So I'm pretty happy with that. I don't see it vibrating at all. Now I'll take a look when I get home at the video to see if there's any detectable vibration in the video too, because that can make a difference. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn that camera around so you guys can see first person view out the windshield, but I'm going to adjust that mount first so it's looking up over my windshield wipers. You get a better look. The mount here is just incredibly solid. I'm hitting some pretty good bumps in the road here as I'm going through the neighborhood, and it does move a little bit, and that's to be expected just because of the nature of the road. And again, some of that's going to be the bumps transmitted from the suspension. If your phone or your GoPro uses VR, that's going to eliminate a lot of that. But in this neighborhood here, there's a lot of these expansion joints, cracks in the road. Hey, it's Colorado. This stuff, Colorado's not known for its great roads, but in this case here, this thing is just working out incredibly well. I am very, very impressed with this system so far. I can't tell you how much I really like this system. It's completely adjustable. I can put this thing wherever I want it. The one thing I realize now that I'm out driving around is that that phone might sit up just a little bit too high. It's not in my way. I can see the front of my hood over the top of the phone, but I just prefer to have it set down a little bit lower and just completely out of the way. But that's easily fixable with a cheap adapter part, and I can move that thing down without an issue. I will be getting one of these for my TJ, for my rock crawler. I use my phone there for filming trail runs all the time, and it's going to be nice to have easy access. I could just pull the phone off, as you can see, and it's not a big deal. And this thing holds solid right now. As I'm looking at it, it's holding really, really good. Um, the true test will be when I get out on the trail, whether I need to put that magnetic mount to the back of the phone case or if I can leave it on the inside of the case. Right now, I'm thinking the inside of the case is going to work fine. It's got pretty good connection there. So really excited about that. Go to their website. They have all sorts of things you can use. They have different color arms if you want to color match your Jeep. Like I said, they have the adapters that make it go different ways. You can hold different phones, GoPros, whatever your need may be. For example, we use the GMRS radios. You could even make a mount that would connect to that and hold it right there so you don't have to keep it down in your cup holder. Pretty excited about this. I'm going to get back, secure it down the rest of the way for the way I want it. I'm going to go inside. I'm going to order some more parts so I can get it exactly where I want it. And I'm also going to order one for my TJ. This mount gets an absolute 2 thumbs up for me. I am very impressed.